Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, back with another figure review. This time, the Sideshow G.I. Joe Real American Hero Snake Eyes. Now, I have not been as excited for a figure as I am for this in a long time, so let's get straight into the review. Okay, there's obviously him in a dynamic pose on the box. Okay, there's him on the side in the classic pose with the classic background like the other Real American Hero figures. Okay. There he is with all his gear on, and there's some pictures showing different aspects of the gear right down to his watch and compass. It does have a file card, but there's nothing that you haven't seen on a Snake Eyes file card before. It just says he knows he's proficient in 12 different forms of unarmed hand-to-hand combat. He's an expert in surviving in all scenarios, expert in underwater demolition, knows some holistic medicine. Basically anything that you need Snake Eyes to do, Snake Eyes can do. It shows upcoming in the G.I. Joe Sideshow wave, Cobra Commander and Cobra Trooper. Also, a Storm Shadow is upcoming. Okay, here he is in another dynamic pose. Okay, one thing real quick, this is not the exclusive version of the figure. The exclusive version would have came with a punch dagger sheath, and an alternate hand holding the punch dagger. I didn't want that version because it was about $150 more than what I paid for this guy. I'll get the price at the end of the video. Oh, one more big thing. A lot of people are saying that this is supposed to be Ray Park. It's not. This is just Snake Eyes from the Real American Hero line. This is in no way associated with a G.I. Joe movie. And I probably wouldn't have bought it if it was. That thing's gonna suck. Personal opinion, please don't argue about that on the board. Okay, the flap is magnetic. Very nice. Okay, there it just lists all the stuff he comes with, and his accessories are immense, so we'll get to those. I'll pull them out of the pack and show them all. Shows that the silencers can come off and the clips can come out, which is very nice. Now, there's Snake Eyes in his alternate hands and his base down there. This is the version with the visor, not the goggles, if you didn't know. It has a little bit about G.I. Joe and Snake Eyes. And there's all his accessories. That is a lot of stuff. He comes with 2 swords, several guns, several grenades, clips, and 2 alternate feet, which are posed like they're flexing. Now, this guy is very hard to get. Sold out within a day of Sideshow listing him, I think. And it's just an incredible figure. So, without further ado, let's pull this bad boy out of the pack. Okay, now I have him out of the box. I don't really have him in a cool pose yet, because I do have some bad things to go over. Okay, number 1. He has these pouches on his side that are supposed to hold the ammo clips. You can see this one sticking out very far. Now, it's supposed to go pistol clip, ammo, machine gun clip, machine gun clip. The machine gun clips did not fit in there well at all. I only got 2 out of 4 to go in. This one just will not go in the holster, and the other one ripped on the bottom right edge, which you won't be able to tell. Yeah, you see it's not really sticking out that far. Trying to get the ammo clip in, it actually ripped, so I'm very unhappy about that. Another thing with the machine gun is after I pulled it out of the pack, all the straps on this thing are real. All the little buckles and everything you see actually disconnect, reconnect, what have you. Now, that is really cool, but it's really irritating. Sometimes they pop off when you don't want them to, and it just gets really frustrating really quick. Now, the machine gun strap popped off when I was trying to adjust it. Completely broke. I'll have to hot glue that back together, which is really irritating. Okay, silencer comes off, clip comes out, and the stock folds out. Which is nice, but you know, oh boy, the clip broke. I mean, the strap broke, so now I have to fix that. Okay. Now, one other issue that I had with the figure is that he doesn't really have any kind of detailed instructions on what goes where. Obviously, his belt and sword attachment are meant to clip on like this, but there's only one sword sheath, meaning that the other sword has to stay in his hand or not posed with him. And that's disappointing, seeing as this is obviously the more popular Snake Eyes sword. He also came with 2 of these grenades and 2 of these grenades. These are just kind of put them where you want. I tried putting the long ones up here in these pouches and they wouldn't fit. So I don't even know what those pouches are for because nothing really goes in them. The other two grenades, the two smokes, are in his pouch down here. You can see the yellow smoke and red smoke. Okay. He has a, well, it fell out. He has a knife attachment on his boot, you can see here, which is nice, but it once again doesn't really, it has two straps and only one of them really connects well. Sorry about his arms being all crazy. Let's see. His pistol is not in its holster for some reason. Oh yeah, here it is. Now this is very detailed, very nice. It can go in the holster, but it has to have all its accessories off. There is a space for the silencer, but that's it, and it has the tiniest strap out of all of them. Okay, but silencer comes off, laser sight comes off, slide opens, and, oh well, the clip must have fell out. The clip comes out, so I'll pop it back in right here. Okay. So yeah, I wasn't really thrilled about that. When you do put it in the holster, the slide usually comes up and you have to press it back down into the clip. Okay. He came with one hand like this, just letting it hang by his side, or pose, I don't really know what you want to call it. Two hands like this, and two hands that are just fist, like he's standing there by his side. Only one hand came like it can be holding a firearm. Not really thrilled since they gave us two firearms. He has his compass on this hand and his watch on this hand, which those are cool. There is no ability to pull the mask off, and I did think the visor should have been a lighter gray. Okay, this sword obviously comes out. It's a little bit smaller than the other sword. The Ninja Clan symbol is still there. Crap, sorry. So overall, this figure is a mixed bag. I am a Snake Eyes fan, I am a G.I. Joe fan, but there's some undeniable quality control issues here. Now, I really don't know what to do, because 7 is an average for me. Now this figure, once he's posed, once everything is said and done, because I wasn't going to pose him with the machine gun anyway, and obviously I'm not now with its broken strap. So really he suits my needs. You can't really tell the ammo pouches are going to be the way they are when I'm done. So I'm going to get him into a dynamic pose real quick. Okay, and here he is. I have him pulling out the other sword while he has his main sword in his hand. Now, there's nothing about this figure that didn't frustrate me. From the time I pulled it out of the pack till right now, it's been frustrating every step of the way. Which really shouldn't be the issue. I understand it's a bigger figure, I understand that they went for a lot more detail in it, but it's still unbelievably frustrating. I mean, 2 things breaking within the first hour of having a figure out is ridiculous. Also, I didn't go over, there is an extra set of feet that are flexed, in case you want to pose him like he's crouching. The hands and feet do connect well, despite all his other issues. Now, I paid $140 with shipping for this guy. There's a couple regulars for buy it now at $200. If you find them at an auction, you can usually get them for around $130. That's if you don't want the exclusive version. If you want the exclusive version, you're going to have to pay about $300. $280 to $320. I'd say it's the usual price range. Now, he's definitely not worth $320 with all the issues that I've had. Was he worth $140? I'm going to say yes if you're a die-hard Snake Eyes fan, because once you've got him posed and everything's said and done, he is really cool looking, which at the end of the day is what you want from a figure, is to look awesome posed. Now, I am not thrilled with him. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10, which is average for me. He had a lot of quality control issues, but the detail and the overall finished product is what's saving him from a 6. So 7 is average, that's what he's getting, and overall I'm just not a happy camper with this figure.